What's going on, friends? Zach here, and I'm back at it, out on the scene. It's Friday. I'm hitting some yard sales. It's just shy of 8 o'clock. I've been driving around, found a couple signs, but nobody's really got their stuff out. Nobody's ready to get going. So this one looks like it's just about to get started, and it's in their backyard. They got a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it hard. How much on your own clouds?
Okay, you were yelling at me. I couldn't. I have
$2? Okay, cool. And then how about on the Crocs? $2? Okay.
$5. Brand new. I bought for my son in New York.
Did you do $3 on them?
4? They're brand new.
Let me think about it. Yeah, no, you're giving me some good deals on these other ones. Let me think about it, just because they're kids.
So go.
Not too bad for $25.
Go.
It's an exceptionally good haul to start the morning. It started out pretty slow, but I got this North Face knit pullover for women. It's got a little bit of peeling, but it's still pretty good condition, good color. $3. I got 3 pairs of Axle thick stitch jeans, or actually, 3 pairs for $2 a piece. 1 pair is rock and roll denim. A pair of new Crocs, paid $2. Pair of beater on clouds, $2. Pair of Olakais for $1. Got a leather Dooney and Burke purse for $1. And then this is just a replica display helmet. They wanted 10. I got it for 8. I was a little surprised they even offered 10. I would have given them that for it. And then I like making money. Paid $1. So pretty good start for this morning. It did start out a little slow, stopping at several garage sales that just weren't ready to get started. But I'm glad I doubled back to that garage sale because it was one of them, and it ended up being fruitful. $25 is a nice little price to pay for a pair of new Crocs, and then some other good items as well as the denim. And the football helmet is really just a decorative piece. It's not a legit helmet, but somebody will come along, some cheesehead, some Green Bay Packer fan, and pay me some money for that to get my money back out of it. But everything else was a really rock bottom competitive price, and I was still able to wiggle a little bit lesser of a price on the final deal. Glad to get a Dooney and Burke leather purse, even though it's an older one with a few blemishes on it, for $1. That's a smoking deal. That's a brand that sells. So gonna keep at it. Gonna hit this garage sale that I passed by this morning again. Hopefully they're ready for me. They weren't at 7 o'clock, and I'll never understand why people put their boxes and signs out when they're not ready to see people, but that's just the nature of this beast. Hey, we've been looking hard for a yard sale box. Got into a bunch of Carhart large and tall or extra large and tall Henleys. Some of these are short sleeve, some are long sleeve, and so super stoked because I only paid $2. This one's a polo, but it's extra large and tall, and I probably would have passed on these even for $2 a piece if they would have just been extra large. But the simple fact that they have that tall measure makes a huge difference, and I bought 9 total, $2 a piece. And then this bad boy here I just bought for myself. It's a Gamble's quail. It's a cool piece of taxidermy, $10. Definitely need some Windex on the glass, but I'm a sucker for outdoor stuff, and definitely cool old taxidermy. When I was a kid, garage sales used to start at the crack of dawn, and now it seems like they start later and later. At least in the area I live, that seems to be the trend. But one of the things I like to do for my game plan is to try to troll around for several hours in a very wealthy area. And there are 2 main drags in the neighboring big city that I like to source and do most of my garage selling at. And so I hit those main drags. I hit the nicest, most affluent, richest neighborhoods, and I try to be on the lookout for garage sales there. Now, that's not to say that you don't find good stuff in more blue-collar communities or neighborhoods, and I'm certainly a blue-collar guy that was born and raised in the sticks of Flora Vista, New Mexico. But if you really want to be efficient, trying to find yourself in the best areas for garage selling is key. And so that's just something I've done. And another thing I like to do is the night before a garage sale, I like to get on social media sites like Facebook Marketplace and sometimes Craigslist and just kind of take a scan at any of the advertisements people have listed for their garage sales, take a look at any pictures, and that might give you an idea if there's a garage sale that you want to put priority or you want to get to first, because maybe there's something really good there. And so shout out to my good friend last weekend who reminded me there was several really great Pyrex bowls at a garage sale that I thought was at a completely other garage sale and that they had already been sold. But my buddy Phil, who's just an OG reseller, was kind enough to clue me in that that garage sale wasn't happening till the following day. I was able to get there early and I was able to score all the Pyrex bowls, and I already sold one and made back all my money from all the other ones I purchased. So stopped real quickly to get some coffee. If you have made it this far, please reach out there and hit the like button. How much you want on your glove?
Would you do like $3?
Wait,
I could do two.
Two?
That work?
Yep.
Okay,
Good
cool. All right, just a beat up old Rawlings baseball glove, and I shouldn't say it's beat up, it's just a little bit dusty. It's a youth size, it's not super tiny, it's not super big. I'm trying to stay away from the really tiny gloves, they just don't sell for a whole lot. And Rawlings is kind of a hit or miss brand. This is kind of a lower end one, but my baseball glove stash is getting a little bit low. All right, so as you can see, I'm right outside my Goodwill. I like to use this as a stop-off point during the yard sale weekends as a good place to use the restroom, but it is a little slow out here today with the yard sales, garage sales, so I might go ahead and pilfer around just for about 5-10 minutes, look over the clothing aisle, look over the shoes, look over the hard goods, use the restroom, haul butt, get back out there. So I got my hopes up. I thought these were some vintage Doc Martin chunky sandals. These are just faded glory, very generic. I believe that's Walmart. If you can find Doc Martens that look like this with the thick chunky sole and they are engraved leather, you're probably in the money, but make sure they're made in England. Those are worth more. And old vintage Doc sandals, fisherman sandals, they can order some dough. How much you asking on your GoPro cases?
I believe he said $5.
$5 a piece.
Yeah. See?
$3 for this, dude?
For the big one?
Yeah.
I was gonna do 8 on the big, and I mean I'll do 5 on the big one.
Do 5 on the big one?
Yeah.
So no go on the GoPro case. I was really trying to negotiate in at $3 for the big case, and if he would have went for it, I would have offered him maybe close to the same or a little less for the small case. We were just in two different worlds, and that's all right. It would have been something easy to list, but the big case was only selling for about $13 to $20, and it probably wouldn't have sold really quickly. Plus, the bottom of it was a little scuffed up, so not in an ideal condition. Just an easy, quick list with a brand that's very known and notable. I got some Hey Dudes for a couple bucks, and a couple pair of silver jeans, $3 a piece. That's worthy of a grab.
$3.
I can handle that. All right, didn't barter any deals, and I'm not so certain I captured real good footage of much of this. I thought I was recording when I wasn't, and vice versa. But $3 for some dudes. I can usually sell these for low to mid 20s, just a quick bread and butter flip. I did get this Fender soft guitar case for $3. Not sure what that'll go for, but Fender's a well-known brand. 2 pairs of silver jeans. They got the longer inseam and the narrower waist. One's dark wash, one's kind of a medium wash. And silver jeans do okay for me. They do sell for a lot of money retail. I don't know if they're moving as quick, but come wintertime, denim just moves even faster than it already does. And I can source denim for dirt cheap this time of year. So yeah, finally got some goods. So after about an hour of a flat spot, not buying nothing, I just happened to sail past a garage sale I was already at this morning, and happened to see 2 ladies out on a corner putting up a bright colored sign. So always be on the lookout for that. If you see some people in the early morning posting up signs on the corners or on street lights, just know that they're getting ready to have a garage sale. I was able to just drive right down the street and find the connecting sign, found the garage sale, and was able to get there before a whole lot of people influxed it. prices weren't bad. I really didn't haggle for lower prices because I felt like they were very fair. Silver jeans are going for anywhere from $9 to $14 at most thrift stores anymore. So if my buy-in price is only 3 bones, I'm good with that. I am, however, going to start to make my way out of the city here and try to hit some of the smaller outsourcing areas, see if I can do any better with my finds, because the big city just hasn't had it this morning. And so being it is 10:15, it's starting to get late morning, I want to go ahead and try to salvage the next couple hours for possibly a few garage sales in the outlying areas, and we'll go from there. But all in all, not a bad day. I think I've spent 37 bucks or something like that, 38, 39 bucks. Did purchase a few things for myself, but yeah, that's how it goes. And tomorrow's Saturday, so tomorrow will be better. So you got 10 on it. Would you do like 6, 7 bucks? Okay. So I was just making my way to the outskirts of town when I seen a box. It was a little bit of an obscure box, just on white paper. It would have been easy to miss. Drove up the road here. Looks like a lot of clothes out. There's only one other person here, so I'm gonna go ahead and hustle through this. All right, got these Carolina boots for $5. Got these Carhart coveralls for 10. Got 2 Rasco FR Pro Snaps, $1 a piece. Key work utility jacket FR, $6. About on the jacket.
They're
$1. Okay. And how much you want on the sunglasses?
Emily says sunglasses.
What did you grab? $1.
$1? Okay, I can handle that. So I got me these blenders for $1, and they are women's blenders, but I actually wear blenders. I really like them. They're very affordable. If you lose them or beat them up or break them, you're not out too much. And again, they're popular. And I know a babe that wears a pair of these. Crazy. But long story short, also got a Cowboy Hardware kids jacket just for $1. Also got a little door stop just for my own use at home for 50 cents. Save a few bucks there. It was new in the package. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make my way outside of town. I'll just be hitting any of the outlying garage sales as I make my way towards my old hometown. I've been a little bit of a drought, but I did come to a garage sale just right off the highway. These Miss Me jeans, only $1. Good score. Gonna look around, see if I can't find anything else. All right, some Keen H2 Newports. That's a bread and butter, $5, pretty clean. Probably should grab them. Spring Step Le Artiste boots are $12. See if I can get them a little bit cheaper. Pair of Carhart canvas shorts. They are cargos, but they're women's, but they're only priced at $3, so probably scoop. So last stop was a success. Got some Spring Step little booties, leather booties, and a whole host of Columbia men's PFG shorts for just a couple bucks a piece. Then I did share with you the 3 pairs of Carhart shorts. Went ahead and picked them up for $3 a piece. Won't sell as quick as they would for men, but I need more shorts in my store. I also got a kick pad for my daughter and son. A lady that was having the garage sale teaches martial arts out of her basement, and I bought some stuff from her in the past. She did give me a $3 break on all the stuff as I bundled up about $30 worth of goods. Definitely wish I could have saved a little more, but her prices weren't bad. And the Spring Step Le Artiste shoes will pay back everything that I just spent there plus some. So I'm good with that. I'm happy. I'm gonna go ahead and roll through the rest of my hometown, see if I can't get into a few more garage sales. Definitely glad that I cut loose of the bigger city because it just wasn't being very fruitful. All in all, for as few garage sales as I've stopped at today, I really haven't spent much, and I've got a lot of stuff. That's how I like to do it. I like to go for numbers so I can list more daily. And yeah, so been a pretty good Friday thus far. How much you want on these, ma'am?
Those, if you want, these go with it. Are they for wrestling, right?
Yeah, they're wrestling shoes.
These all went with it. I don't know if you want them, but.
How much altogether?
I don't know, maybe $10. 5? 5. for everything. It's got the pads and the knee pads.
Probably just interested in the shoes, honestly. Would you do 3 for the shoes?
Sure.
Okay, I'm good with that. Thank you.
Okay.
Just running the mill, bread and butter, some Adidas wrestling shoes. They're kind of a small size. I wouldn't want to pay much more than 3. And she did offer me the headgear as well as some knee pads, but the headgear was a little bit beat up. And I probably could have grabbed the knee pads. Not sure why I didn't. Just focused on the shoes, I guess. Whatever. Well, all in all, not a bad Friday for being out on the garage sale, yard sale scene. I think I spent about 5.5 hours, and I believe I spent somewhere between $90 to $100 today, and I probably sourced close to 20 items. Got some soft goods, definitely got some hard goods, and even got a few items for myself. Super happy about that. The buy of the day was probably the Spring Step Les Artistes leather boots. Those just sell well for me, and they sell for pretty good money, and everything else was pretty bread and butter. It has been a little while since I've gotten a home run or a big time banger, but I'm just being patient, and I'm super grateful for the bread and butter items that I keep continuing to find. Never forget, you're not going to make your income or you're living off of home runs. You're going to make it off of those consistent items you can find regularly. So be on the lookout for those things that are constantly found in your area. I'm big on that. That helped me a long time ago, and it's part of my mindset when I'm outsourcing. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up because I got a lot of laundry to do, some things to put into my inventory. And as I said in the last video, this is where the real work begins. So as always, thanks again for your time and watching. If you like this video, please hit like, make a comment, or please subscribe.